Welcome back to Confessions with Honey Dip, y'all. And this one's come from y'all's friend. This one's from Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Yeah, I said it, y'all's friends this time. Anyway, this is back when they was in high school. This is from a couple years ago. But anyway, they was all getting together, and they school had done a high school fundraiser for one of their friends. So the whole school had got together to do this fundraiser, and they were all really excited about it because it was from one of their peers. So the whole school had raised quite a bit of money for one of their peers who was going through some struggles, and they were really excited about collecting all this money. And they had raised this money over quite a bit sometimes, so it was a nice chunk of change that they had all collected. So at the end of this fundraiser, the goal was that they were going to have a big old celebration, a big old party to celebrate all of the students that had participated in the fundraiser, and that at the celebration, they were also going to participate by presenting the person with the money that they had raised all the money for. So it was going to be a big old huge celebration, the big old party. So now it's time for the celebration. Everybody's there, they're having a big old time, and they finally presented the person with the money that they had raised all this money for. And, it was a really big, huge thing. So after he was presented with the money, everybody went back to party and have a good time like they should have. But here go Huey, Dewey, and Louie's friends, Pinky and the Brain. All of a sudden, they come up with this big old smart-ass bright idea. But they had noticed after they presented the person with the money that he had set it to the side for safekeeping. So Pinky and the Brain decided that they wanted to go in and they wanted to steal that money. And they went in and did exactly that. They were able to get about $300 to $400 of that boy's fundraiser money. They were able to sneak in and sneak past everybody and sneak $300 to $400 just because they was hungry. You can't be that greedy now. Pinky and the Brain. I know you got to feed that empty ass mind of y'all's, but damn, $300 to $400 of that fundraiser money? Really? And then Pinky gonna look at Huey and say, look, I'm finna run and get something to eat because we hungry, but we just gonna keep the money at y'all's house so that my parents don't get mad and for safekeeping, okay? But it's really all of ours, okay? So, of course, all of a sudden, the principal finds out, and guess who gets a phone call? Yep, it's Huey's daddy, and Huey has to turn over that money. Ain't that a shame? But isn't it odd though, after he turned in that money, nothing was ever heard of it and nobody ever made a fuss about that money. Nothing was said, nobody ever found out. Now where does $300 to $400 go that students take their time to fundraise, that they put their hard earned money into, that gets stolen? That nobody makes a fuss about, that the principal was so eager to get back? Where does it disappear to? How come nobody makes a fuss about it? Yep, you guessed it. The principal kept that money, y'all. And how did we find that out? Mr. Principal was good friends with Huey's daddy. So one night, he must have spent that money on him some bottles and a $40 hoe. Got full of that liquor and spilled it all. Spilled all the tea. And that's how we know. You ain't heard nothing from me, but he told all his little business. Secrets ain't no secret now, is it? Hey, what's that one thing, that one secret you got that you ain't never told nobody about? It's been hanging on your chest for so long. That one confession, you know you want to get it off your chest. Go ahead, let me know. You can confess to Honey that. Just call the number and tell my AI receptionist. You ain't got to tell her your name. We can keep it completely anonymous. She'll relay your confession to me, and I'll tell your story online. Confessions with Honey Dip, baby. I got you.